is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. Everybody, my name is Ted Nugent. Not a damn thing you can do about it. Welcome to the Nuge Vault. NugeVault.com. It's absolutely outrageous, and you know you need more outrageous in your life. Go to NugeVault.com, and I will bring you sanctuary, peace, and love, and sonic bombast. Anyhow, the Gibson Birdland is never sleeping. It's always there, ready to go. It will read your face if you get downwind of me. Anyhow, the music. How about the music? I would ask for a moment of silence for the music, but we don't like silence. The only silence I want is when I'm in my tree stand with my Mathews bow getting ready to disconnect a pump station on some unsuspecting dinner on the hook. But anyhow, a big salute. A moment of outrage for that God loves me more than he loves other people. Well, that's outrageous, Ted, you think? Outrageous is the way to go. Outrageous is the only way to go. Double live Gonzo. I have a new book coming out. My son Rock was working on this book called Ted Nugent, The Gonzo Life. It's going to be a giant hardcover, like a coffee table book. And maybe if I'm on Seinfeld, we could actually put coffee cups on the coffee table book and turn it into a table. My point being is that I am documenting this outrage, this career of absolute fire-breathing, stone-cold kicker, hell-raising, roustabout, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, soul music outrage. I outrage myself. I'm like on DEFCON 1 all the time. Do you know the right hand, the grind, the groove? It's about rhythm. It's about soul. It's about making the girls swing and sway and sashay and grind and sensual stimuli. But the reason God loves me, the proof that God loved me more than other people, is because the musicians he has put at my side. I keep in touch with Tom Noel in Detroit and Jim Butler. Tom Noel was the drummer for the Lourdes in 1960, and Jim Butler filled in for Tom one night when he had a cold or something. I perform the best when I'm sick. My point being is that the musicians at my side for the last 68 years, the best musicians in the world. And right now we have one of those soul brother, funk brother, Motor City grinder, groove monsters, Jason Hartless, from the Billy Lee and the Riviera era of Johnny Bonangic. Jason Hartless has been my drummer. How many years has he been my drummer, Jason? Like for 40 years or something like that? How old are you now?
It's been almost 10 years. It's crazy.
Wow. No wonder you have a smile on your face and a nice haircut, by the way. The point is, Jason is one of my grinding groove Motor City grind fest drummer masters. And we've had so much fun with the music, but we put our heart and soul into making it tight and authoritative and to swing and to grind like the James Brown. We'd like to think that when we perform on stage, James Brown would hire us. So Jason, number one, thank you. Every time we get on stage, every time we jam, you put your heart and soul into being the best that you can be. You're gifted as an incredible world-class drummer. But now you have gone into the world of technology. You discovered these boxes in my barn full of tapes and videos and VHS and recordings and 8-tracks and stuff. Tell us about the Nugent Vault. Is it called the Ted Nugent Vault? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Nugevault.com.
Nugevault.com, established 1975. Actually, I started playing in 1957, but the recording started, and this is the 50th anniversary of Stranglehold, the 50th anniversary. So that ties into this unleashing of this new, what would you call it, a club, a cult? What is the Nuge Vault? How do you get into this?
Well, basically, it's a multimedia platform fan club experience, and this has been a project that Ted, myself, and Toby Nugent, and Rocco, and the whole team we've been working on for almost 3 years now. Long story short, we didn't tour 20 and 21, and I go out to the ranch in Michigan to get all my gear ready for our first shows in 2022. And boxes are stacked all over our road cases and stuff. And I'm just picking up stuff, and I find these boxes full of cassettes and VHS, and they're dating back to tour rehearsals 1976 and live in 1980 and studio rough mixes and all this stuff. And remember, Ted, I was in the barn and I looked at you. I was like, we have to transfer these because this is just, cassette tapes. They weren't built to last. And over time, they just disintegrate. And, we started digging in, transferring these, and it's just been an absolute treasure trove of things that we found is just unbelievable. We've put out a couple things. A couple years ago, we did the Free For All album, Complete Rough Mix, which was found on a cassette just in the barn. And, it's been really, really unbelievable, the stuff that we found, and just things that no one's ever heard of, didn't even know even existed. And, we've been developing over this last year this website fan club experience. It's going to mix old school fan clubs where you're getting a tangible, membership card, and you're getting, physical products, but you're also getting all this content, endless amounts of video and audio ready to stream, all a part of this experience. And it's just been, something that's never really been done to this extent with an artist with this, big of a legacy.
Well, number one, thank you for delving into it because, I'm so hyper. Have you noticed, Jason, that I'm like really hyper? I'm so focused on the right now and tonight and tomorrow and new licks and new guitar adventure, new musical adventure and the next gig. So I don't, even though I cherish and am still appreciative and moved. I just mentioned all these musicians over the career. I just sent you a copy of Stormtroopin' with Tommy Clefettos and Barry Sparks on bass. And the music, no matter where you punch in my career, it's like, whoa, well, that was outrageous. That was intense. That was grinding. It had musical authority. Plus, I'm funnier than hell. I'm so funny. I die laughing just from myself. But what you did is you brought to my attention that in this cavernous barn in Michigan, wall-to-wall guns and ammo and trucks and four-wheelers and artillery, that all these early tapes and rehearsals and live gigs for people who really love music, not to be confused with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, for people who really love music with authority and spirit and work ethic quality, you'll be producing this stuff, even though I'm going to live to be 107, you'll be producing this stuff because it is fascinating stuff. So everybody who loves the intensity of my wonderful musical career, surrounded by the best musicians in the world as a team effort to produce exciting, authoritative, moving music, you're documenting and chronicling this, and we're going to put it on the screen the whole time this segment, Nugevault.com. But you have different levels of membership, and you have access to some of these never before seen or heard moments, including tour posters and tour books and strange 8x10s of, some are PG-13, some are not. So what kind of outrageous fun have you had digging into these boxes and finding this stuff, especially as a young guy who watched my career in Detroit?
Yeah, it's been an absolute, crazy time, and we're still not even, close to being done. Over 3 years of transferring all this stuff, we're still not scratch the surface. And that's what's awesome about this platform is every single month There's going to be a new live concert, live album, studio outtake, something. There's going to be something new that's going to be uploaded every single month. So nothing's ever going to get stale, you know, and depending on the tier that you sign up, you're going to get, you know, 2 times a year, you know, biannually signed memorabilia that's very limited edition, or you're going to get, you know, a lithograph or something like that. You know, we've kind of put 4 different tiers that's going to offer everyone the experience to experience the Nuge Vault. And what's awesome too is not only the music, but we also have the TV show Spirit of the Wild. So we're also starting to add, you know, past TV shows and things like that. So it's not just going to be about the music. It's also going to be about the entire Ted Nugent, you know, career, which is just phenomenal.
Including a bunch of interviews that go way back, some of the most outrageous interviews where people have tried to debate me. And I've always said, if you're going to try to arm wrestle Ted Nugent, you might want to bring an arm, because every time somebody tries to debate me, I kind of hand them their ass, which is very entertaining. So it really is, the content is what no other artist can offer, because of the things that I've done, the off-road racing stuff, the interviews with the best people in the world. There are a series of musicians that have brought so much soul to my music. And I always give credit to my musicians, because I've always had the best of the best. And you have delivered that. Now with Johnny Big and the great Greg Smith, we're going to be doing some speakeasies, some Michigan rock and roll Ted Nugent shit kicker speakeasies this summer. I'll get the details coming up. But this is going to continue. I'm not going to tour, but I think we're doing 6 or 7 concerts in Michigan this summer, because I can be home at night. So it won't be a tour, but it'll be hell-raising concerts and some speakeasies here in Texas. So with Calvin Ross and the Lone Star Music guys. So Jason, thanks so much, man. God bless you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Have fun in the snow up north. I love you people.